to DJ Kamala.
For thank you for coming, and let me know about the komo kakra and you may be because so yes Ghana affects the country now. The more we are crying, the more the government keeps doing something else. In Tiana Yaba Bedin Komo, we are going to talk about whatever is going on. Ebimuntiasie Mekurano Yeba be pepe mu afina mako educating myself to understand what really is going on. And I Yabekasa afin so Enkofu bimu oma shasie ya shasie ya no ma shasie, but they think they can when something is ripe you cannot stop it from falling. Emredu and emredu. So please stop wasting your time. I believe in my God. I believe in the community I serve. I believe in the children that I have. I believe in the things that I do. And Nyankopon so oye the supremacy of everything we do is in control. So please do not waste your time. If you think you can scare anybody from speaking their voice, from speaking, and also from voicing out what is due and what as their democratic rights and also as their human rights to speak out for something that is not going on in their interest. Something may be working for you. It does not mean say it's working for all of us. So we need to allow people to talk. We need to allow our own people to talk. If these conversations do not go on, what is wrong in a system, we need to be able to allow people to voice out their opinions. We need to be able to respect people's opinion. We need to look at it with love. We need to look at it with care. We need to look at it with a clear and very, very critical mindset when it comes to the things of Ghana. And nontina ebimunso asori enyese omu nibiribiye. And nonti, if you are watching me, please share the video, share with your friends. And yebeka two things. And kofobia start here for me. You know what? I appreciate your concern. I appreciate your effort in trying to also voice out your opinions, but I think everybody has the right to voice out their opinions on what they believe is crucial, what they believe is dear to them or dear to their neighbors. And I think at this medium is how I find is necessary to voice out my opinion as Ghanaians. This is matter of Ghana. It's not any personal entity. We are talking about government runnings and government institutions and governments businesses and how they deal with our nation Ghana. So it has nothing to do with individual person. Na eyana yepe ensakraye ana say yepe yedie, but we don't know how. The how is your support when your brother or your sister is trying to voice out that change, to voice out the opinion of that change that we need. Now, we have to also learn how to communicate, to acknowledge each one's point, to start it with, I agree with you, what I want to add to it, because you see, when we are standing in the same space or the same area, you see, you can never be in my position because I've already actually taken that position. So unless it's so pushing me, you can never see what I'm looking at the same way as the way I see it. And when it comes to the matter of politics, some things may be working for you, but some may not be working for others. I want you to share this video. Last time I did a video about something that is going on, and then so maybe abesi, we've been crying, and many youth in Ghana. I was just finishing on a conversation about what is going on in Ghana. We just wanted to vent as human beings. You know what happens? You start to fight it. So what you see, you become agitated when somebody, a member, you started for me. You see the warning, but you see, ope abo edia bo aboa no na aboa no so pe baby e de na ye gina. Share this video. We are going to talk about Ghana. You see, ye betua first lady and second lady, we are going to put them on a payroll ewo Ghana. And you see, say bibi enkoya, you know, we've been talking about so many things. And the reason I come here is to make sure, say, my voice is also heard and the voices of others who cannot come here. You see, there are so many voices of others who cannot come here. And I'm telling you, it's not just me speaking. So you have to get your facts right and then go on your platform. We need everybody. We need everybody to campaign. I always keep making reference to America because they were the first people who opened a door or democratic and drew some form of law that allows everybody to be able to be free in their own space. So Ghana, and yes, that's not what is happening right now. Ghana, many of us, our right has been taken from us, and these are the rights: the right to education, the right to proper hospital care, the right to adequate, proper hospital equipment so we can be taken care of when we are sick, the right to freedom of even speech, even the right for me to walk or speak on the street of Ghana. It's in somebody's hand. Me see, me kura baby amete ton yukura ne yefrefre me, trying to intimidate or put some fear in me. So imagine if I were in Ghana. Are we approaching in us a share the video, and I am asking for everybody to share the video and also like the page, so every time I have anything that I need to bring, you will be notified. And then yababe kasa afa enyama bebreu. You see, many of the people are so confused. Oh, ni nyankopon kan ye ne say, and they will be blind by the truth, or see the truth will be hidden from them because they have been living a lie for so long. Say they don't see, say ni nua ho kire no. They don't see, say obi atsena obi hwe aso a ontimi nkasa be mentimi nkasa. And then Ghana me kura meti ye kura trying to put fear in me. Me Ghana, but they're trying to put fear in me. But let me tell you something, we live in a society that it's so sad that you can't even speak. It is so sad that you can't even advocate for somebody. You know, I was watching this guy, an American comedian. And also the reason why he is going to stop comedy, he has made it big. He's a very controversial comedian. Very, very controversial comedian. And if you want to really talk about the people who are very, very controversial, Americans, you see, Dave Chappelle, go and Google his comedian, his videos, about the controversial topics, the things he speaks about, it opened the minds of the followers on a very large scale. It opened the mind of his listeners, his fans, so they can also look at it from a critical standpoint. Ghana, the big question said, will be like the way Trini Jonas and starting or starting no ene Yehowa da Roma edu ama obinso enya akokudro ono so sorry ana wafa camera sin anim because obi anti obia everybody is frustrated eno na encourage obi nso Trini Jonas na encourage obi. As a Ghanaian, don't look at it from a negative standpoint. Trini Jonas may not speak like yourself. I may not speak like yourself. But every angle, in order for us to address an issue, we need to explore all avenues of exploitation anywhere. If someone has to, somebody bend themselves and walk a stage just to prove a point, it's a history, you go and check it. Obi Africa hobe Obi ebene himself. He set himself on a blaze to prove a point to the government. Say, "Ekomo de me me hu chire me hu hihye me tonwade ene Ghana. Go and look." You see, I was watching Chris, another comedian. Odi Jamaica example say, who says God does not make mistake. I will wish to show you all these videos, but you know I don't have enough time. Just go. You can Google all these comedians. You can Google all this Chris Rock. You can Google him. You can Google Dave Chappelle, and those controversial comedians in America. They took the emancipation of black people. They took the slavery, the black slaves way, or say, who says God does not make a mistake? Or the joke. You know, say go and look at Mississippi. Oko Jamaica and Colano, because it was a joke, but it opens. It said, there are poverty somewhere. He was making a point. Trini Jonas is making a point. I am making a point. Somebody else is making a point. You may be an NDC or an MPP. You are the next. Yes, you have to be prepared. Go take water and come and sit it beside you, because yours may be the next blaze. Setting on fire. And then Ghana near it said it is against black on black fight. It is not, my darling. We are fighting for Ghana, a better Ghana. Yes, betuya. First lady, after pouring their heart out for schools, after ranting on streets with manholes, after many videos of schools omoti abuoso embuo, after hospital beds that is inadequate, after people sleeping on floors in Ghana hospital, after children being molested, after asking for money to better our education system, and kwala social system and working for them, and now kwala to me getting molested free. Our Ghana bontenso, a 13-year-old raped on him, obia crampo. Not even a government approached this child for an investigation, but rather the public is blaming this poor child. And now at 2 minutes, share the video. You are watching Hotspot Radio. And then after all these complaints from this country, from the nation, from the citizens, the government had nothing else to do with the money but to pay for people who are already receiving allowance, to pay people who are not doing anything. They are not on a payroll. Their positions has never been advertised. Their positions has not been allocated. These funds, what is the priority is my question. Ewo Ghana paying for no. Yen priority any day. Share the video nemko afedie. I may say me I met Canada crampo to say a party way for. You see, it is not about NDC, MPP, and Tokwa. It is about Ghana. We are MPP nia ya honorable ewo ho. Nia ebema wo afele se we nipa. Eni se wo be hu wo nua su. Eni se wo be hu se wo hu ato wo a wo nua ho nto no. If there is any law or policies that is being passed out, you have an obligation to reject it and refuse it. You have an obligation to say, no, that's not the priority. These people need it first. This department need it first. Sorry, be ana and so from I sorry mano so hope sorry dan. It's a comedy. Sorry mano. The pastor said no. As I said, one on babetina den no omo first. How do you pay people who are already receiving benefits and reaping all these benefits from the system, who already has work to do, are already raging from the system? They are scraping the system, robbing the poor. They are already stripping from the less privileged, the vulnerable ones. Our system no more. SSS sika ne ko mo nchen no. Nia ne amame na onye mu a okọ hospital no ko wo a oni sika to say obetua say omo be yi na free hospital ho no. Ono sika no yesi yediketua president yere a ne position has never been advertised. No money has been allocated for the position, no. But this is a strip. A day robbery is what I will put it as my opinion from the people. The vulnerable ones in the system, no. They don't need the money. Who is advocating for them? Who are the lawyers in Ghana? But you know what? Nobody is afraid of anybody. I will tell you that for facts. And until journalists for I am mem, and some for I am mem, and paying for I am kola obiti or moshiaso. 1 year so mokasa doctors for so advocating for their patients cannot advocate, because you see the power lies in one person in the department to be a doctor no ye be yinedi obehwere na no aduane. Yensu di obi ebi before wefu is the most important thing. And I am urging you to also bring your voice in this discussion. Say something. Yeah, Brother Charles, I'm with you. I am with you, Brother Charles. Another patriotic citizen of Ghana. Another patriotic citizen of Ghana. Yama emebuna wo oman no esese omoma ekroni ye omo esese the fresh minds and the ideas ni in every krono, because ye bo muhu eniama ye huhu eniama ye bisi basa ukoka no kure a ye ku message baby a me wo krampo ano na duru ha. And I'm urging you not to be afraid. Me she unkran wa wo hwa me a wo pese wo kan bibi efia odo and the cause Chene Jonas or the attempted na ebeka. I just reminded you, say you are not in his position, but all you need to do is to acknowledge what he's saying, because that is how he knows to communicate. And now let me show you a video. This is the typical example of what we are talking about, and I cannot believe it said there are people supporting this. I cannot believe say there are actual people of Ghana ekomodeno to say mami way. Let me show you. I was just I was on social media, and then I saw a gentleman who wanted to videotape the situation ewo Kumasi, and oko Kumasi dwam say okwa ko videotape. Guess the yes, if
no, the banana, Dr. Mensa, and they are considered
Ghana. Let me take a moment to show you this.
I sent me now, Quasso. Now, Obesnetchem, Aqua, Campasso, and yet, Macra Marania Mania. Yes, how come, I'm a catcher, I would say. Mumma Naka crack, Messabaha.
Look at what this gentleman has to face for advocating. You see, he has to face an ordeal. A very hungry people, and I don't blame them. They are frustrated. You see, they don't make they say when you sit around shit for too long, you start smelling like shit. So that is what is going on. Let me just wait, just so you can see what the video is all about. Let's play it. Let's play it so you'll be able to see.
Maybe I didn't know be a family. I said they are. I man, yes.
About you, we have it. You go ever. I was here, come on. But
I'm out for this is a place that really stinks. This is a situation of Ghana. We and Ghana, what you say, onim kurase. This is something that can help her in a future. Onim said this gentleman is just advocating and holding someone responsible for the filth. Ewa Ghana no. And then instead of say yakwa prapre krum, instead of say yedi sikano bekwa prapre krum, yedi sikano ebe improve yen sanitization system na wo Ghana no. Instead of say emebunu no omusuku komu wo mo motete nnuase no yesi sika no ye de betua first lady and second lady ka. Let me tell you something, these politicians are really already making good money. They are making enough money. Their children are receiving subsidized. They are being subsidized for the food. They are being subsidized for almost school. If they have a caregiver, a buying who was sick and they caregiver no a fee. So they are already already. She is already receiving the benefits from the system. The same thing, Yamame Rebecca. She's already receiving the benefit from the system. This is a slap in the face. This is a slap in you and I's face. This is telling you, say, they don't care. Look at how much demonstration has to happen for everybody to cry. Ewa Ghana said, and yame mkoye, mumai yeme Bruna Juma has those jobs. The position I yedi those two ladies in Yababe Tuamokano has it been posted? That's the question you should ask yourself. Why we ye NDC MPP ni? Mundi amosi and no kreni mo dodo. And I don't blame you. And no kreni mo drew, but let me tell you something. When you have to cure your sickness, some of the medication is very bitter. Some of the medication is so papa a raw minimum, I was a true minimum. But no sooner sanka if you allow it to go into your stomach, ubenya famudie, ubenya hoto, eti yare no, eti pae no, anase kotodwe no, and nona ebe ma wa hoto. I'm sorry. So this is something that is very crucial. This is something that you and I should be able to join force together to ensure, say, what is going on in Ghana. No, we want fair equity system. We want a system that works. We want a system that is not favoritism. We want a system that is not look at that rejects the poor. We want a system that will look at our welfare system. You know? We want a system that will put food on the children, on those who cannot, are incapable of working. If your education system, my brother, my sister, we have not even come close to that because we have so many things in our education system that has not been addressed. We have children who has ear problem. We have children who education has to be modified to suit what they are capable of doing, so they can also be a successful in the community. When him say abrochimemu, sanye ebe ya obi ani nkobri obi ninti no obia ewo ne ginabia. Nobody is above anybody. Obia wo ne ginabia. Wa uni math, you will graduate with the one who is strong in English. Wa when you're good in English, you will graduate and you will have your fair share in the system. If all of us do not have to do the same thing, but everything we do has to still be attractive. When you are working in a technical field, that technical field has to be attractive, the same thing as someone who is working in an administrative field. A technical field, a handyman, the job has to be respected by the society. Whose job is those things? Whose job? Commercial to commercial things that will educate the public, so the public will be educated. Ghana COVID-19 by mask. Everybody adhere to it until we saw the leaders are worse than anybody. How do you enforce the law and you yourself you are not practicing the law? Let me tell you something. When somebody is ahead of you, we will look at the thing that is ahead of us. Meaning, you are watching Hotspot Radio. Hotspot Radio. No mistake about that. This is Hotspot Radio. I'm on YouTube equally as Facebook. Share the video. Then you actually. Baby. We are starting it from social media. The ground is in works. Things are happening. Finally, they allowed the NDC wings to also demonstrate. Do you know how it started? Something has to start. Something has to be done. Something has to be done. The conversation has to happen in order for you to recognize and identify what the problem is. Onia, share the video like I said. Me say, for one not to movie, because what is going on in Ghana, it affects you, it affects me, it affects everybody. Wuma womo yeno, eka ekufa do akogye abeto wono, mu na mo ba betu ya. Mesre wo a wakogye pa, ewo MPB anase obi a oye influenced in a system. Kai say on reserve wo konkonti ba insuo bi ama wo a wakogye pa a wodi MPB achi anase some influential person a wo ma wo kakra bi. Kai say on reserve wo umma a wo mo ye no, on reserve on see school dan foforo ma wo. Kai so say wo ko hospital a Kai say you are going to the same hospital, you are not going to call that MP to come and bail you out. Ebedu okura no wabo akokora ene yem papa kofuo wo hefa. Yem papa kofuo owo dem. He has no power again. You need to look at it from that angle. Say it is for a better Ghana, not for a better few or for a short term. Our brother Halfcat is watching. Thank you very much. Please share the video. Yem papa Kwame Kodria or no say good job. Nyankopon shira mo. And yem brother Charles nyame shira. Please share the video na endu obia ho. Wa wakwaje pa wo de wo say wo be hye nkrofo hu wo system na say ye ka no kore na wo so wagere wo hu ka say no kore ye ba ko pe o. Ka say wo hu bon a wo hu bon wagimi a wagimi. Eya na me say twi ni modu inti say Jonas kan yes ye di odidi nkrofo time. Let me tell you, like I said, there are so many ways America, the black people communicated on a comedy side to address the system of racism. They addressed the system is systematic racism. They addressed the system before kwine it was through comedy. While they were making money, you see, we are so bitter to the fact to say me didi kakrebi na me dia kanokora enunti ekwamone me wonim yeti a wo think sa. Your leaders they have engineered your mind to think that Shriwunuya. You see, they have done so well dividing you and I. Enunti obi kanokora, nobody is willing to acknowledge the fact. Emu odududu masa ni pakoro no. Enokora ni mu odu masa ni pakoro, but no matter how you voice out anything that is true, the truth is the truth. Mekase unhubon ena ye unhubon papa, they are all the same thing. They are all the same goddamn thing because Obroni can or kasa with these comedians no mundi or politicians na temu nyina f this hideous that hypocrisy this and stupid this and goddamn this and all those things, you know. They use all those language and I yenye brofo into Chini Jonas or Ketchi it was see a Jimmy without directing it to na yesi near whatever the quote fit, you know. How is somebody insulting? How is that an insult? How is that an insult? Obroni ebie na no catch them say politicians in Ejimi kromu ha. And if you want to hear again, me say just Google Dave Chappelle, Google Chris Rock. I'm giving you a tuntumfuo because me ma Obroni bia credit bi wa ha. Me ma mo tuntumfuo because ye tuntumfuo, so I'm making a reference to one more omunya platform. No munya mic yi to omanimu no. Omu yusu ye e de bre aban na se e wa America. Omu yusu ye eji tumi ana aban ni kuremu di bone. Tumi ana aban no e kuremu na omu de kan ye nuanu mu bi ahye no. They took that power and they dispensed it. And nontina e kuromu ha baby a mete say ye poor country kura na me da welfare kura mponso a hu sikani e hu bruni. It is a psychological effect. So it is what needs to happen. Look at the time like this when Ghana is bleeding and crying. How do you then come and announce the fact that a job, a position that has never been advertised for, money that has not been allocated for, people who has already enough on their plate, people who has already enough on their pocket, in their pocket, you know, you are putting more money there. Does it make sense? Does it make sense to you? Ask yourself this question. Does it make sense to say, while people are crying, while people are dismayed, while people are disappointed in the doings, in the actions of young politicians, you know, and then the same people slap you in the face and say, Jibika, me say painful I am stars or go Ghana stars. They are not to be even honored or celebrated. Stars or be biara or say no influence. I don't know what they are influencing. When are we influence? What are you influencing? Because when Timmy Kasa, me say meti ankophobia start here from you. And so means you know, when you are telling the truth, Nyankopon hatas you see, ye dinyame diagoro, ye dinyame be diagoro. Kai say, whatever you think say you are relying on, it is a temporary. It is very, very shallow. It is very, very weak. It is weak because it is full of bone. It is full of lie. It is full of hideous. It is full of wickedness. And wickedness does not prevail. Woshe won nuane komode no. Esan se onye MPP tin komode no. Woshe won nua a komode no. Esan se one wonya adwene nti okekemu frustration obi tenehwe aso. Obi ede ne shoe emia ne nan ne kokromoti. Obi ne voice or the kasa edo obi dem. Obi voice all the media houses e wo Ghana. Omo voice omo de kasa nyina de dankrofo dem. And the politicians if will be them. And then me at least if you have a voice, please speak and speak the truth. All we want is for Ghana to be a better place where the basic needs are going to be met. Where no kurebede, we have to undo the culture of my friend say a corruption. The culture now, accepting corruption. Let me play this thing for you. Maybe it will make sense every time I say this. Let me play this.
That is racism. What about patronage? What about clownism?
I'll pray for you. Just bear with me. That's it.
Bluetooth mode.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Charge in. The Bluetooth device paired.
I said, let me talk to the boy.
Let me play it so you can hear it.
People going to now, I've seen your people. The policeman arrest to the tracker. They call me. Oh, Commander, we've been arrested though. Why? Oh, we don't have insurance, we don't have property. I said, let me talk to the boy. Oh, Governor. Oh, they are my people, will leave them. Is that a corruption? People going to, from maybe CDD, you know somebody, you want your son to be recruited. You go and see somebody because you are a professor. They say, oh, yes, bring him. He's recruited. Without going to the marriage, without going to sun in the sun, he's recruited. And so many other things. So what kind of methodology? What was their point of reference? And that's my problem. And between me and you, if now we go and interview people at the harbor alone, they will have who is more corrupt there. Exactly.
You see, I'm just going to join it so you would hear it properly. Ghana for yembe buo, yembe kura yebu, bebre yebu kurampo no, chere se we atro okay. Intura yetwa nyina no okay. Say what you see, yembe buo draw yem back on so many level. On so many level. So this is what I'm talking about. Say Ghana for no say obi kano kra men hwe say ade no etwu enya wo no ode. That person is not speaking just for you. This is a government way. When you private, even a kromu private way owners impo, private owners own grocery stores. There are certain numbers of people say utibi fa say store ne so you cannot discriminate the labor law against it. In Chinese form be kromu big grocery stores. So what it is in say ona omufa omunko amuhu. So what happened is etuntumfo yi call labor law or catch omu discrimination omu have. You see, they have gone so far to the extent say omu ni bibi biara eye benefit biano obia nsakebi. Ghana, that is exactly what we have. We are not even there yet. This is just on a basic level to make sure say the institutions that are being run by the government, it is enough because they are working for them. And when you hire someone, the person should work for you. So if a police officer is hired by the government, or if the IDC is hired by the IGP is hired by president, he's working for the president. He's not working for the people. If the hospital director is hired by a government, that hospital is never going to advocate for the people. That director is only working for the next 4 years or rekupu nia ono na niama ono pese on nsaka or rekupu that's all. He's gone. That's all. He's not advocating for a longer term. So what I said. So there are so many things Ghana is trying to fight for and fix the country is where we think it can go. So NDC, MPP can operate in a way that everybody is working together. We shouldn't be against each other. We are not against each other. That's never the plan, and that should not be the plan. So for those of you who think you can sit back and be given a chicken change, Canada, let me tell you something. And I say, wait now. Listen, people don't work here. Some of you, they have no jobs. Some of you are welfare. They have not the brain juma. They don't have a substantial jobs. So what they do, of course, they are bought by the people and they are working for them. If anybody is paying me, so what you say, nobody is paying. But for the love of Ghana, everything, I think, say, me too, I can bring my voice into it. But I would never go and say me ko treti or na say me ko can obi ni way away, because if that person is speaking for Ghana there, then whatever voice, however she or he expresses herself, and that is what is going, and then I add mine to it. Ghana for mama yensu how to add to something, how to build upon something instead of bad mouthing other people. You cannot call me to threaten me. You cannot call me to shut me up. You cannot call me to think, say, I will be afraid of something. Because you know why? I work in a system. I am in a system that works. I work in a system that works. I am under a shelter beer. You can never even come near that. And I work for a system that works. And I am in a company that is well respected and regarded. So we are MPP and this we are MPP. That's all but to me say if you cannot be part of a changer, please sit back and let those who can come together to advocate for a better Ghana. And I just wanted to show you a little view on what is going on in the system. Ghana for a young celebrity who is celebrating them Oma Jemem because Oma Fu yang a system of advocacy is not there because everybody is bought by government. Kodu abrochimemu, because even abrochimemu, yes, some people come with their same mentality, no, they come and sit, they don't do anything, no progress. Obviously, me wo yonko bia na US emra na eniema ekoso na esanko ye ni paper wanjuma na wanye o twen Donald Trump ba ya no befa ni kofie, including many Mexican, many other African countries, because they are procrastinators. So what I say, mediocracy enema ekro esifaku. But because we see things that are not, to say the boy he tried to go to central market and market be a wokumase to showcase, say this is what is needed. Where are we? And kola titi nuyasio. Look at Ghana.
Yeah, Mignaz is here. Why
are we? Look at this guy.
This work is full of hazards, so sometimes you take it as such.
Look at someone who is trying to make the system work.
How do we see development with this attitude? We are for support is too. I just don't know what to say. This is very appalling. We've been here.
How do we move forward? How do we move forward? Obi peso obuano. This is where he wanted to showcase what is going on. And I know ensure share that Canada ha ye a man kwafu omubie tu mu say afedie lockdown omu egugu mu kakra. E ma obia omu mu konsio na no e say omakoja fi bi egu ho. And a news station, there was an outpouring. Neighbors no moto no abrofo no moto omo so omu mpefi. And they were asking the government, who is responsible for this? Who is responsible for this? And they were asking the government. They were not asking individuals. Look at somebody who does media work, trying to expose the things that are not well. But you see, we are so poor in the head, they say, we don't even know we are poor. Look at this woman making a fool out of herself for the fact that somebody wants to better her situation. For the fact that somebody wants to bring attention to where she's sitting, selling in filth, in dirt. And then you wonder why you are getting sick and dying. You wonder why I say, obisi menya malaria, me obisi menya way, na ehɔ no yɛse abom yɛse on say where in tontom nsuo no wɔ hɔ ene ayɛ pɔtɔ. So what happens is say ehɔ ti bi bom ene yɛse we are backdating. Let's say sika na ɛsesa nkomo de koye emboro ne say ehɔ no na yɛde chi obi ka na mefa ne say from morning 7 o'clock 6 o'clock ehano mu wo ma wo prapra kro no mu no they work from 5 o'clock till dawn. They work from 5 to dawn. Be not in way bi so na no me twa highway so omo sese nwura wo highway ne so no. They work to dawn. This gentleman is advocating for this woman. Say sika na ese omo de ko tua omo adwuma. We are crying for jobs. They are going to pay and even backdate the first lady from 20 would they ever say $1,000, which is more than that per a month. No, they are going to backdate it. How many months are within the year? 12 times that by 4, $48,000. $48,000, even if it's $1,000 per month. Every month be but it's more than that. Just to be clear, the money that was mentioned is more than $1,000 per month. Now, this woman, there is money in a system worth $48,000. Just a omo babe dispense omo allocated this sky. Was that in a budget? Was this money in a budget? So times that by 2 because baomian so yere times the $48,000 by times 2 baomian yere so babeje. Even if I calculate it and just bring it to a leveler and $1,000 a month, they are going to backdate that money is going to equal to $48,000 and then times 2 so they have this much money our system they have $96,000 our system esanka enkofusu woma insio konkontiba a free pipe mu ba no. And you want us to be quiet because it's saying Madam Fubi, the policing system another corrupt because nanado ohunhwe wada. Okay, Madam Fu, look at the system we are trying to fix it. So these things will not happen. And I think it's too many. Niesi wo obi a oba o ne ka o de call Ghana mwankasa watua hoka mo amaye law say the license etimi drive for 90 days na car no so no mama no temporary sticker wotimi de ko ba bia akoba no police are stop no san pesika woni ho. Let me tell you something. He had to call an honorable person be when they heard the voice on the phone no and sana yes massa. Look at how corrupt, look at how broken our system is. A police ni onimu mrano, emra onim ne say honorable emra, sergeant emra, yen cook up, yan yemra yakon no anu bokitimu, yen kukuomu, yen closetimu, na yedi apia bonteno, and no na sa police no na odi ye juma ewa bonten. So this is a personal way na make actual. This person had to call an honorable for the police one or said that the voice and then they started yes sir master. This is the system we want to fix. This is the system we are asking our people. Imagine if the phone call was not picked up at that time. Wow, what you are showing me our say would they we okay no. Imagine say some person your friend on one phone no at the same time. The police officer no imagine the passport so they could have taken money from him. One year lucky police officers no better from boys say mum meeting no jack yakwebi bo mum meeting no kwan so it has happened. Mum meeting no kwan so o man je ne kon be buru na je ne ho niama. So don't be too comfortable in your little corner. Don't be too comfortable. Say wo de okọ Ghana ukọ wekura bi ase e ba be tua wo wekura ho. Wo baby opese okọ Ghana. All this mistreatment, all these flaws, all this corruption about the 12. Imagine say if this guy had not picked up the caller, this is what would happen. And you don't need a rocket science. You don't need to be genius or a scientist to be able to know, say, this is what is going on. And this is where we say the system must work. So if you're listening to me, this is Hotspot Radio, and do not, and I'm going to say it again, please, we are working together as Ghanaians. So I say we are not working for just a few Ghanaians. Yeah, Juma said yeah, they are no too be because you who say media ne wa Ghana no near omu penia ya can show man no said your hinim po ya can share na no so nkoka no. Evidently or hinim mua ya chiro paper man no your nkoka. When the government comes in power, instead of looking at what are some of the things we can educate people on and use the media to do that, Nigeria commercially, now the Minister of Education, Kosini Babaiwa, and a Baiwa ne Akolano, a share mammy no bisa and say, I didn't a school, I want the area ho, now all money quima on in number 4 and the same school. Na ne maame no ye Minister of this is a commercial ewo Nigeria. Nigeria is also copying exactly what is going on. Say na no me ko social media. Even Jamaica impo starting advocate Nigeria for what we are doing right now. Say almost starting. Obi so fa camera ewo Nigeria no na mabontin and no all exposing government no. But they started long time ago. This young girl asked her mother, Minister of Education, no say I don't know man in school one area, no mammy answer or catch it and say because schools no and yeah papa and I say and who's akwalani bisa mammy say whose responsibility to ensure say the school works for me to go to my area school instead of say would me travel no petutu bia etwa kwan de me take care mu no and akwalani see fam. This was a strong message to all Nigerian politicians. This commercial, this is what government of Ghana should spend money on to educate people. So I say, almost two police for the court a job. Ye chiomoka, a hand no police in the bin Juma and say, or sorry, no power, send the police at there or the highway in change. Would the only answer say, Yatro 100 limit, 100 kilometers at 2 or say, so a hand they have to enforce it. Police bebre o tu kwanya me say o do bridge ase ahweye o tete ho na djuma o ya no oko officer na take it awa man krofo e na okwa oko officer na take it from morning to we no mo ye after hours e ko aramachi e ko si anopa e no mo rotate just to enforce the law. So Ghana can do it is doable because if we have money to pay over 90-something thousand this year to people, first lady, second lady, over $96,000 to pay to first lady and second lady this year. That means to say now you will see petty things like enforcement, law enforcement, ube to police if we could jump. Obi eye ne shift nkuane say ono okodwemu anopa ekosi anajo. You give them a quota say you must bring at least 1,000 or 200 tickets why issue from Crawford. It would eliminate bribe our system no. So what you say nti obi eye efi na say omo dwan before edwadifo ne efi na so omo tete kwanwa to omo gudwam to omo instead of so they are policemen in Ghana. Esesa nko omu tu omu gudwamu to enforce law. Ena omu tu omu ngum. And then you bring them out when protesting, people who were unarmed, people who were just using voice, you will shoot them. International for Gukronu, police for Ghana. And I'm on to Omungu Street so to enforce law. But to take bribe, you don't. Ubetu makatuemu na akatuana so eni ma adwuma no na se police ni gi 10 cedis wo menchen amede no bebu no. How else would I respect a police or gi 10 cedis wo menchen? I will not respect that police no matter how macho they try to play, no matter how intimidating they try to even scare people, you will not respect them. And yes, a woman me and as a papa wa for a kai na say wo ye ne omo pa omo nim a omo down mo a obu omo ni chie and no ye obu. Etiefo, you are listening to your only sister, Lady May. Me pese wo share video no mame. Na ekwa achire.
Bluetooth mode. The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Charge in. The Bluetooth device paired.
Edu obia so. I want you to just listen to this guy. Say Mose
or people who want to be admitted.
This is Kofi Boache. Or no na sem okano. This is Ghana.
What about patronage? What about clanism? For instance, now I've seen your people. A policeman arrests the car. They call me. Oh, Commander, we've been arrested. Why? Oh, we don't have insurance, we don't have property. I said, let me talk to the boy. Oh, Cobra. Oh, they're my people, leave them. Is that not corruption? People going from maybe CDD, you know somebody, you want your son to be recruited. You go and see somebody because you are a professor. They say, oh, go, bring him. He's recruited. Without going to the merits, without going to sun in the sun, he's recruited. And so many other things. So what kind of methodology? What was their point of reference? And that's my problem. And between me and you, if now we go and interview people at the harbor alone, they will have who is more corrupted. Exactly. When we go and interview teachers or people who want to be admitted, JSS, you know who is more corrupt. But you know, police, among all the words, police, we are the interface between the law and the public. Is that right? Mm-hmm. And they see us more. Policemen are always on the road. And even the police corruption they're talking about is only on the roads. Down to you, which we have accepted that is bad. But who gives them the money? Quite apart from that, traditionally, culturally, our system endorses corruption. Look at all
our system endorses corruption. Munti.
O searching your da how na tafre. Ani boy go trim. O searching your da o searching your da this one sayem. Dia batabu ani twa kana. Esene katrema boko. No one says on them. Obi pade akokotoko enye na bro. Are these not corrupt programs?
A very corrupt pronounces. A very we see chibe oda. And I say we do I cry one out tafre. We see a we cry one out tafre. Batabon. All those things tells you say wunni ya dia wunni don't talk. You see, all those things, all those bebuoni nyina say tina finumu. Wa mu maame kumase maame ya otidwe mu a na abrantie yi pese enka or bringing awareness to where they sell their stuff is not appropriate. It is wrong. It is very, very sanitation. Like you see, people can get sick from those things, and it's very crucial. This woman is stopping that movement. She's stopping that initiative. She's stopping the fact that this thing is a problem. She doesn't see it as a problem. Mami we na boy no video na or kasa no didi boy yatem or say or be stop boy no or be frustrating no or be any say. Just see it a little bit. Look at where this guy is trying to take away the video off. And look at it and see, say, is this not a problem for Ghana? Say, adiani nyana se wu kana se wu nuya. Isn't this a problem for Ghana? A big problem. Or no babe or the awareness or the niwa bahu actually paying for and say, oh, what ja baby oh. hanom enye kura maame ne se omo na omo tim wo de ti
ani obanya di nkwama mi nie ani mi ni nkwama no mi nie ani mi ni nkwama no ni ami nie
enye mame bo fe kwa no bu so abo me enye mame nya adwuma enye ma
wo nya adwuma
ja enye
ma wo nya eni do bi ani ya ba ja
oh my goodness
ene di abro so na ga di kain ene abro so
amacha sa koje osuse osi aju semom ana gofina na brepon so abaso na na bofe na gume mechiao e ma no donko
You see, all this guy is trying to do is to bring awareness to the public, and we are a democratic system, so it has to come to the public, and then when the public get to hear, then they talk, and then the government is supposed to have ears to hear the cry of the public, and that is what democratic system runs. It is not a monarchy where SSL would be done to akọ or hinifie. Na so hene no kura mpo no se won free ne bedwemu a on di asam ne ma won nya obi a wo bebisa wo maame ne hwan wo nana no ye se wo ye obi a bibie si wo fie da nkura mpa da ene ye betwa wesu efikuru no so. This is monarchy system, but we Ghanaians democracy, we have accepted to be a democratic system. So these things should be common. These things should be accepted. Ewo Ghana. Things like that. As a sanka, mami iti asiye easy. But this is what we are talking about. Today, Abaina proposing. What they will signature beto swana. You see about betu our first and second lady ka. Say you see about date they should be taking more than $96,000. Eshewa. Ejana minia bema no etwemu wo ho na. Ehwa ye fi ehwo bon kankan omoton aduane wo ho no. Government can be fixing that area. Government can put how many seats in a classroom. Government can put computer. Would ye yemfa ni say computer kra de Africa for yenkodo banking. Say de ebi mu age atomu no. Ebi si yenkodo banking. Ebi si yenkotutu menkani. Ebi si yenkotwedua. Ebisi yankobo ewe ne yemfa dokunu nsu a yenti so ne yanton. So I'm not even going to go into technology because a bit say the world is moving on and that we evolve and technology is in today, so we should learn it. So let me talk about Saisikana Yeba Betia first and second lady no anka ebetimi e di ekwan atu baby pothole baby obi atwitwa menkeni wo baby. Someone say yanko tutu menkeni ekwan ben so na yef de sa menkeni no befa abekrom abeton anamo mbedi mu menkeni body na watwitwa gu ho no ka na esese ebesesa menken e body no bekrom na me amen ebi amen so meti krom no metnya bi ato no omo say ye de say sika no kwa kotua first and second lady ka onua. This is in your court. Over to you. Me de me ba beka kakra. Please share the video. And ma unuyan sankebi na obi nsu sankebi, but I will urge you say obi nokre eye ba kope me de masem besi ha. Next time we are going to talk about more things. So me catch am say this way no me de we bibichi madwen so ana me de aba me so makọ hwehwemu me so me de abrel. So it is in your hands. A beton sa democratic system bia no ye say enkrofo bi they go to school ewo apatase eno na wo hwe no e we ya apatase ensuo to a we ewo Ghana. It's up to you. You can do something about it and as akwa kotwa obo de akotutu menkani wo banchi kakra bi na wo de wadwan say the world is a round box kakra no mu. Nyankopon hira obi bia. Nyankopon hira wo se wo pe no koratie. Nyame nhyira wo se wa share video we nso amana so obi nso so na next time no yesan de bia beka ho me chiechia obi bia from Canada. Bye bye.